So welcome everyone to Zink Daily Vlogs. We're so excited to bring this to you on a daily basis, and just our information that we've had kind of stuck in our heads and now we're able to get out. So we're so excited for you to join us in today's episode.
I've actually been to a couple tournaments lately and seen a lot of negativity on the court and kids not handling that very well, handling the losing or handling even losing a point.
Yes.
Tell us, something that would really help in that situation. Like, what should I focus on instead of focusing on that miss? Because that's kind of what happens, is the focus gets dialed in on that situation, and it actually, hurts them in the long run because they can't focus on the game. What kind of situation, or what should I be thinking about when I'm out there in that situation?
Yeah. So again, we're going to come back to a little bit of, if I'm in a match and I'm losing or see a kid losing and all of a sudden he's focusing on the negative, right? What he's doing is he's bringing up his past story. He's bringing up his past story of just not focusing on the good. So again, we're going to work on staying present. And if they come in and work with you and I, we're going to spend time on staying present. We're going to talk about body language on the court. We're going to talk about shoulders out, chest out, shoulders up. We're going to talk about my head up. We're going to talk about the racket goes in our left hand. We're going to talk about body language first, and the first thing that I do when I get a really negative kid is that I tell them, okay, we're going to play a set. Okay, we're going to play a set, and the first thing that I want is no negative chatter. So that's goal number one. No negative chatter, because if my son and daughter and I talk about this all the time. It's like, you just almost can't help yourself sometimes. It's like, I can't believe I missed that forehand. I can't believe that overhead went into the net. I can't believe that, how could I choke that point away? That's all negative chatter. So I think if we get rid of that negative chatter, so number one, don't say a word. Don't say a word. Let's get through a set without verbalizing what's happening. We're not like, commentators out there.
Right.
So let's stop talking. And then the next part is, let's work on the body language.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not talking, then we're gonna work on positive body language. And then focus on, okay, what do I want to happen instead of what did happen? What do I want instead of what did? Right? So now we're focusing on more of the future and what I can do instead of what I can't do. My dad used to tell me a great story, and you know this one because he was your grandpa, but he said, don't tell me what you want, tell me what you want. And that was a big one for me. Let's focus on what we can do and not what we can't do. And I think if we practice these things in daily, practice. But comes back to yesterday's talk, you need good mentors, you need good coaches, you need good people helping you get there. Because if you listen to a lot of people out there, coaches, it's about results, it's about this, it's about that. It's not about results. What it's about is the process, enjoying the process.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. I love it. So, the other things that, we talked a lot about, we've been talking about the life lessons, the things that are happening on the court. Share one of the life lessons that you feel has helped you off the court the most in life, and kind of what is, like, you see, wow, I learned that from tennis, but I've taken it out into the real world and kind of used it to your advantage in life.
Okay, I'll give you a really simple one. This one was a big one, and you might think that this is crazy, but those who know me personally, I grew up in a hectic household at the most, kind of dysfunctional household, right? And one of the things that my parents didn't have a value of time. So I'll give you an example. They dropped me off at the club and we were all busy, and they could pick me up 3 hours late. And I'd find things to do, right? It was back in the old days, I'd find things to do. But what happened was I was in my 20s and I didn't respect time. So one of the things that came for the tennis court, what happens when you have a 9 a.m. match and you're late?
You lose games.
And then if you're 15 minutes late,
you're out.
You're defaulted, right? So I started thinking about that, and then I heard John Wooden talk about this, and I heard a couple other people talk about this, is that it comes to my respect. If I'm late, it's basically being disrespectful to the person that I'm late. And also it's being disrespectful to myself. So one of the things that I learned is, I know this is a simple one, but this is something we teach the kids, is that to be on time, to be early is to be on time, right? To be early is to be on time. And I think that that's something that I learned from the tennis court, is that be on time, and leave a couple minutes early. Don't press the clock. It also lessens anxiety and stress. Like let's say Tyler has a match at 9 o'clock, at 9 a.m. We're up at 6. Breakfast at 7. At the courts by 8, practicing from 8 to 8:40. Right? That's kind of our little agenda in the morning. There's no, if we have a flat tire, we have time built in there. So that's something that, and I have hundreds and hundreds of those things that I've learned from the tennis court that I moved over to life. Again, I'm not perfect and I don't claim to be, but I will tell you that being on time has helped me. And what I realize is that interviews or important people that I know so many great people around the world and been around so many influential people that when I'm there waiting for them, it just shows them that I'm very respectful. So that's a little example that I can share with you about something I learned from the tennis court that I moved over to life.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining us today. We've really appreciated you spending your time with us. We love sharing this information with you.
So we just hope that you guys are enjoying this, and give us your feedback on YouTube and on our Facebook page. We just love to hear from you.
Check back tomorrow again for another episode of our daily vlog. Thank you, George. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Ben.
Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.